See, this is me, Boba Fett.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Chiss Ascendancy Podcast. This is Josiah, and today, for real this time, we're on day 22 of 30 Days of Boba Fett, and there's something I want to talk about, but we're going to look at this. People Magazine got a inside scoop for the Book of Boba Fett, and so there's a little bit of a preview that they put out. It's about, 30-something seconds, but it's our first congruent 30 seconds that's like, in a row. So if you're trying to stay spoiler free, there's not anything crazy in here, but if you're trying to stay away from seeing anything from the show, the first 3 or 4 minutes of this episode are not for you. And then I want to talk about Boba Fett's jetpack, because my boy's got to upgrade his materials before this show starts, because I'm not going to lose them all over again because of a faulty piece of machinery. So let's dig into this clip. We'll talk about it for a few minutes, and then we'll talk about his jetpack. So kind of a lax episode, but a fun topic nonetheless. So we'll jump into this first. We'll just play it all the way through, and then we'll break it down.
Jabba had many vassals. We've got a lot of ground to cover if we are to keep his empire intact.
I can make the rounds without you. Jabba rarely left his chambers.
Jabba ruled with fear. I intend to rule with respect.
If I may,
Speak freely.
in difficult times, fear is a sure bet.
So there you have it. Nothing too crazy. It's an interesting look, of course, but let me go ahead and float on top here so you guys can see me. We'll go ahead and just jump into it and I just point out some things that I saw. But let's see, we'll jump up here. We'll move ourselves down here into the corner. Maybe make ourselves a bit smaller. Nothing too crazy in this clip, though. I do like that it's our first look at, 36 seconds in a row. That's pretty fun. Okay, so right off the bat, I think they're leaving that Ithorian's place, because it looks very similar, which obviously, knowing the Gamorreans were there with them, I don't know. I imagine, or perhaps this is the mayor's place. Maybe the mayor is the Ithorian. Okay, right off the bat, you have this cool guy with these this crazy tube, alien face, almost like a 4LOM face, but these two crazy tubes. And I know that guy was there's a character like this in Solo who was a part of Enfys Nest's group. And then next to them, you've got a Constable Zuvio looking character.
Jabba had many vassals. We've got a lot
Shout out to Boba Fett for his dictionary work, vassals. That's pretty cool.
of ground to cover if we are to keep his empire.
Look at that. There's a Constable Zuvio type looking character there with the upside down walk hat. It's interesting too, because I'm wondering, obviously that's one of the only characters we've seen with that look. Is that a whole species has that kind of outfit, or is that Zuvio? I don't know. I feel like they just keep dropping him everywhere.
Are intact.
I can make the rounds without you. Jabba rarely left his chambers.
Jabba.
I guess what that means for Boba Fett, Fennec saying she can make the rounds without him, mainly meaning like Jabba didn't have to talk to people to get the point across. I think Boba's not trying to have that same relationship. I think he wants people to work with him because they want to work with him. A cool new cylindrical style gonk droid there, power droid. Pretty fun. I like this different style. It's almost like a Batu / Jeddah type city on Tatooine. It makes me wonder, are there parts of Tatooine that are more civilized? You know what I mean? Because we know Mos Espa and we know Mos Eisley. But Mos Eisley, Ben Kenobi says, is the most wretched hive of scum and villainy. And Mos Espa was Jabba's hangout spot where he went to watch the races. So two kind of seedy places. I wonder if there are places of, virtue on Tatooine. Not likely, but it's something to think about.
I ruled with fear. I intend to rule with respect.
It's cool to know now that he's talking to her when he says that line. A lot of humans here.
If I may,
Speak freely.
in difficult times, fear is a sure bet.
So there you have it. That's a pretty simple, talk there. I do like, I don't know. Boba Fett's a man of few words, and we've only ever seen him during work. So I wonder if he is like a really chill guy. Like, I wonder if he's easy to have a conversation with once you get to know him. Sorry for the disarray in this room. I'm finally getting bookshelves and figures and collectibles and stuff moved in here after changing from another room in my house. But it's exciting. Once it's all done, I'll give you guys kind of a look around. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. Nothing too crazy. Like I said, it was interesting to get, 30 something seconds in a row versus little clips. But the real topic of today is I just want to rant a little bit for a few minutes about Boba Fett's jetpack because, obviously, like, hindsight's 2020 as far as looking back into Star Wars. It was not the best way to quote unquote kill Boba Fett. Obviously, we all believed and knew he was going to survive the Sarlacc, and now it's obviously canon. But I just thought I wish that this was almost like Captain Phasma. Like, Phasma was pretty much a waste of a character. The screen time and dialogue she got was cool, but I thought they could have expounded on the character more, I guess is what I'm saying. Similar to Darth Maul. Darth Maul is obviously one of the most complete characters in Star Wars we have now, but it took 20 years, to flesh out that character. So I feel like Boba Fett kind of got that same thing, but at least Phasma, by The Last Jedi, it was like she fell down this, giant hole in this mega super huge Star Destroyer, the Supremacy, and there was an explosion and all these other things. Boba to be hit in the back by a blind guy with a stick, which blew up his jetpack, which flew him into the katana, and then he made a rolling, fall into the Sarlacc, and then they added the burp effect. I just feel like they massacred my boy. Shout out to Godfather. But I really wonder, especially if you remember in the Mandalorian Season 2 premiere, when Cobb Vanth and Din Djarin were arguing about, what they were going to do, and basically Din Djarin wanted Cobb Vanth to be safe and get out of there. He hits the jetpack with a stick or with his rifle or something, and it malfunctions and shoots Cobb Vanth off. So is that something that's common amongst Mandalorian jetpacks? Is it common amongst the one kind? And is Boba Fett going to get a new jetpack before this season comes out? I think it's just a new paint job, but that's worrisome. I think that he should have a brand new thing. I think it would be sick if you see Boba Fett with, I don't want it to be the silver and blue, obviously. I want it to make sense with his paint job for his armor, but it would be really sick if he had, I guess similar to what the Mandalorian has, but it would be a cool shout out to have the jetpack that Jango Fett had while on Geonosis. And I'm not sure. I think it's a totally different jetpack. I guess it could be the same one, and he just had a different rocket because he shot the original rocket at Obi-Wan Kenobi on Kamino. But let me know if you're watching this or listening to this. Let us know in the comments. Do you think that all jetpacks of that style are just easily malfunctionable? I think what if you just had a car like, hey guys, the Honda Accord gets great gas mileage, but if it gets hit this certain way, it just explodes. Like, I feel like this is a means of travel. Shouldn't this be kind of like foolproof? But anyways, that's just my thoughts on it. Short video today, but that was just something that was on my mind. New jetpack for the boss man, at least before the season's over, so we know that's not the way he goes out. I would absolutely hate that. But I think it would be silly. Let's say, I have no proof of this, but let's say Han Solo does show up in the show and him and Boba Fett kind of have beef with each other still, and Han tries to hit the jetpack. It'd be funny if it didn't work to send him away that time and Boba was, nice try, or, something like that. I don't know. My wife says I come up with corny lines for Star Wars characters, but they're in my head all day, so I've been thinking about it. But tell me what you guys think. New jetpack for Boba Fett, was it a fluke? Obviously, to me, it's not a fluke because it affects Cobb Vanth when he's wearing it as well. What do you guys think? New jetpack? Does he just Gorilla Glue the one he's got? I don't know. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Chiss Ascendancy. Please consider following if this is your first time hanging out with us. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and also we have an Instagram and a Twitter if you want to hang out there. Thank you guys for tuning in, and may the Force be with you.